why you can't stop checking your phone. Okay, let's jump right into this explainer because today we are looking at a universal habit you probably did, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes ago without even thinking about it. We all do it. It happens so fast it barely even registers in our conscious minds. But we're going to break down exactly what is happening in your brain when that happens. And once you see it, I promise, your device is going to look very, very different to you.
Picture this. You're just standing there waiting for the elevator doors to open. You're just existing in that brief little moment of transition. There's the quiet hum of the machinery, maybe a little bit of awkward silence with a neighbor, and that entirely human instinct to avoid eye contact. And suddenly, almost like magic, your hand just reaches right for your pocket. You didn't tell it to do that. It just moved entirely on its own.
Or hey, maybe you're sitting on the couch watching TV. You're already doing something, right? You're watching a super gripping movie or a tense game, you are thoroughly entertained. But almost like a reflex, going into this complete zombie mode response, without any conscious thought at all, the phone is just suddenly right there in your hands. You're dual screening before you even realize you've looked away from the TV.
Even when you're just sitting in bed, winding down for the night, you pick it up. And here is the truly strange, kind of absurd part of the whole thing. You weren't even expecting a message. The device is dark, it didn't buzz, it didn't ring, it didn't light up. You are literally reaching out to check a completely silent, unlit piece of glass.
So why exactly did you just check it when absolutely nothing was waiting for you? Well, it turns out your brain has fundamentally learned to expect a reward. And we need to unpack how exactly that expectation gets completely hardwired into our daily routines.
Section 1. The power of unpredictability. To understand your brain's endless hunt for rewards, we have to start here. It's a concept psychologists have studied for decades called intermittent reinforcement. Basically, it means a behavior becomes incredibly persistent specifically because the reward is unpredictable. Think about it. You check your social media or your messages, and sometimes you get something great, a funny joke, breaking news, a message from a friend, but sometimes absolutely nothing, just crickets. And perversely, it's exactly because you don't find something interesting every single time that makes checking so powerful. Your brain doesn't know when the next hit is coming, so it creates this persistent itch to just keep looking.
The cycle looks exactly like this. You check. You find nothing. Empty box. But you wait a bit, you check again later, and boom, you find an exciting reward. Your brain deeply remembers that contrast. It logs the boredom of the empty box against the thrill of the reward. So the next time you feel even slightly bored or uncomfortable, checking is just the absolute easiest, lowest effort way for your brain to get a quick hit of satisfaction.
Section 2. Defaulting to immediate rewards.
This builds into this entirely automatic pattern where you literally stop making conscious decisions. You feel bored? Check. Hear a phantom buzz? Check. Wake up? Check. Waiting in line? Check. Your rational thought process is completely bypassed. Your hand already knows what to do before your logical mind even registers that you're reaching for it. And this works so well because these devices remove boredom instantly. Think about waiting in a checkout line 15 years ago versus today. You've got 30 seconds with nothing to do. Before smartphones, you just had to wait, right? You daydreamed, you glanced at the tabloids, you just existed. Now, we instantly fill that space. Because the human brain loves immediate, low-effort rewards, we just scroll, refresh, and repeat until we've completely erased all the empty spaces from our daily lives.
Section 3. The discomfort of doing nothing.
Now, this completely shifts how we view screen time. We usually think the problem is that the screen is just too shiny or too engaging. But look at this quote. The problem isn't necessarily that your phone is interesting. It's that being without stimulation has become uncomfortable. Wow, right? Your brain is so incredibly used to constant, unrelenting novelty, video after video, message after message, that ordinary life suddenly feels painfully slow. Reading a book? Slow. Waiting at a red light? Excruciating. We have literally lost our tolerance for just sitting and doing nothing.
Section 4. How to create friction.
The good news is you don't need to throw your phone in the ocean. You just need to interrupt that automatic reflex by adding a little bit of friction. Step 1. Turn off those unnecessary notifications. Just stop the external triggers. Step 2. Hide your distracting apps off the home screen. Put them in folders so you actually have to think about opening them. Step 3. Get the phone away from your bed. Break the cycle of it being the first and last thing you see every day. And finally, step 4, and this is the big one. Practice being bored. When you're waiting for something, just let the moment be empty. It's going to feel weird at first, and that's totally fine. You're actively teaching your brain that boredom is totally normal, and it doesn't need to be immediately fixed.
So I want to leave you with this one thought. The next time your hand automatically reaches out, just pause for one single second and ask yourself, am I actually looking for something, or am I just uncomfortable doing nothing? That one question can completely change your relationship with your device, because once you know why your brain keeps asking for more stimulation, you can actually start deciding when you want to give in.
It is pretty wild how our brains operate on these hidden loops, right? Well, if you want to understand another totally strange way your brain influences what you do, stick around for our next explainer on why you just can't stop overthinking at night.